Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'm going to be installing tank grips. Installing tank grips may seem like a very easy job, and it actually is a very easy job, but what I notice very often is that it never really aligns perfectly with the lines of the tank, depending on the bike that you're installing tank grips. So I have my own technique on how to make this perfect, and I'll show you how. Okay, to make this installation easy, you will need some paper towel, isopropyl alcohol, scissors, some painter's tape, a hair dryer, and of course your tank grips. For the tank grips, I chose to go with TechSpec. I'll tell you why exactly I chose to go with these. I believe they're the best choice on the market right now. Originally, I wanted to install I believe they're called Easy Grip, because they looked thin, perfect, the texture looked perfect, but when I tried to install them here, they didn't really align with the shape of the tank. I believe I have a video of it, and I will include it right now on the screen here. So if you see in the video here, the shape of the tank grip is completely different from the shape of the tank. Not only is it completely different, but it also goes over the original sticker of the red line. And I mean, the texture is perfect. So if you can see here, that's literally why I wanted this grip, because I love the texture, but the shape is just not it. So obviously the first thing to do was to return it, and then I went and got the TechSpec. Now you would ask, why didn't you buy the TechSpec originally? It is kind of like the #1 choice out there. Well, the reason I didn't want the TechSpec is because the original TechSpec is much more thicker than the one I found. Apparently, TechSpec makes a new version of these grips that they're very, very thin. There's actually both of them are here, so that's why it's thicker. It's thicker, so, and the texture is similar to the Easy Grip. Because the original TechSpec, they're very thick. Like literally here at the tank, they come off on the side over here. Like you can actually grip it over here, and I didn't like that. Plus the fact that it was so thick, it's difficult to bend and put it into shape of the tank. These, because they're much more thinner, they actually bend so much easier. So when I found out that these exist, I immediately fell in love. I think these are the best option right now on the market for tank pods. I'm not gonna use the front one. I actually chose to replace this with this. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I bought this online for like, I don't know, like $10 or so. I'll install it, see if I like it. If I don't, I'm just gonna remove it. All right, so before you start installing it, you have to take one paper towel. Make sure you thoroughly clean the surface. Use some isopropyl alcohol. In my case, I'm just using 50% rubbing alcohol. And then make sure you clean the area very, very good. And then make sure you let it dry. All right, now before I go ahead and place this or peel it and start sticking it, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the hair dryer and apply some heat all over the sticker so it becomes a little softer when I apply it here. Because if you can see, when I push it here and I try to push it over there, it won't form proper over here. See, here it creates bubbles. So I'm gonna put some heat first. See, now that we applied heat, you can actually bend it a little more easy. And then before, again, we start unpeeling, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some painter's tape, and I'm gonna place it exactly where I want. And I'm gonna use painter's tape to keep it in place before I unpeel it. I'll show you how to do that. So when I place this, at least for me, the two most important parts that I wanna pay attention at is that this line here is as far as close as possible to this line, because when you put your body off the bike, this is usually where my thigh grips the tank when I take the turns, and not actually here. It's about here. So I want to create grip here. So one part is being as close as possible here, and then the next part is making sure that this line all the way stays consistent, and it's not like this or like this here. And the last part is that when you finish, this is actually parallel with the stickers. So for me, these three important parts have to match 100% perfect. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some painter's tape. And I'm gonna start probably from somewhere here in the middle. Put some painter's tape here. Okay, change of plans. Why? Because this is a technique I use with the painter's tape when I install decals. So the painter's tape is able to adhere at the decal, but it cannot adhere at the rubber. So I thought it would apply on the rubber too, but actually it doesn't because it's very weak and it can just unstick like that. I could use duct tape, but I don't want to because duct tape could leave some residue on it, and also I don't want to put duct tape on the paint of the bike. So basically what I would do is I would use painter's tape for half of it. I would unfold the half, unpeel it, cut the peel underneath at half, adhere it, and then remove this while the bottom is glued down, lift the rest, remove the rest of the peel, and then I will peel it in. That's how you install decals, but it won't work with this because it won't adhere on the rubber. So instead, I'll go with the classical way, which is hoping for the best and just remove and peel the whole thing and try to go at once and stick it here. Let's hope this works. Okay, as you saw, this worked perfectly fine. Even though I didn't do any markings, it went exactly where I wanted, following this line up here as much as possible before the cusp, because that's where your thigh goes when you take the turns. This is where you need all the grip when you take the turn. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't recommend doing it just like I did it right now. You have to still use painter's tape to mark the lines here to know where to start. So I'll show you exactly how you need to do it the right way on the other side. All right, now for the other side, what you're going to do is you're gonna align it where you want, matching the lines that we did on the other side. And when you align it, what you're going to do is you're going to take painter's tape and align this lines here. So 1, and then 2. That way when you remove it, you have these lines for reference on where to start corner here. And then you're going to remove this, place it here, and then start with the same application of the adhesion all the way up. And so when you put the painter's tape there, what you want to create is this angle once you measure and see where you want it exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this corner over here and place it literally at this corner and align it with the painter's tape. And this is gonna be where it's gonna sit. All right, now the same thing. Here we go. Just the base over here. Perfect. Okay, it's perfectly in. You can tell on both sides, it's literally identical. It's exactly what I wanted. Matches the gap over here, perfect distance from the white line. Perfect distance from the white line. Awesome. Now let's go ahead and install this in the middle. Okay, for this, what I did is I lined it by eye. I didn't take measurements or anything. I just put some painter's tape above it just to hold it in place. And what I'm going to do, this is exactly the technique I was talking about before. I'm gonna lift this, remove the adhesive, the peel, cut it, and then slowly place it all the way down, just like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this. There you go. All right, so now I can remove this. Now this is a separate piece, so what's gonna happen when we remove the peel, this is gonna come off, but that's fine because we can realign it after. So basically I'm just gonna lift it all the way, remove the peel and just let it go down. And I'm gonna align this on its own. And since this is a small piece, I'm just gonna eyeball it. All right, guys, tank grips installed and ready. Best choice ever. I don't think they're best than any other better tank grips on the market right now. I don't know about this, I'm not sure. You let me know in the comments, what do you think about this? I like it how it looks. I just don't think these corners are going to last. They kind of keep coming up. They're not adhering very well, so I'm not sure about this, but then again, it's kind of cheap, so I'm gonna put this link on the description for this, and of course I'm gonna put a link on the description for these. Let me know what you think, guys. Would you choose this tank grips? Would you choose maybe another brand? Let me know in the comments, but I think they look great. Best choice ever. All right, guys, we're almost done with the small stuff, like installing decals and stuff. Next install probably is gonna be, the black A and the carbon tank decal here from the factory and a few other things, the red decal there. And then I think I'm pretty much done with all the tiny stuff. And then we can jump to the GP22, velocity stacks from Gabbro and UpMap. Those are gonna be the exciting ones. So guys, let me know if you enjoyed this video, leave a comment, hit a like, and don't forget to subscribe. It helps me a lot with the channel. And stay tuned, a lot more things are coming up for this bike, a lot more mods. Again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.